South Park Season 27, Episode 5 review. Let's get right into this. So, I don't know if this is crazy to say or not, but I feel like this is the best South Park episode we've gotten in ages. Okay, I'm not going to put a time, like a specific time limit on this, duration of how long ago, but I'm just saying this. That's what it feels like. And I'm not going to lie, it's not a coincidence that when the episode is mainly focused, when the main focus of it is obviously Kyle, Cartman, just the just making it generalizing it, the boys. Okay, there's no coincidence. The episode's like this good. Okay, this is what we've been asking for, this type of episode. And they also found a way, like, here's the thing that's really good about this episode. They had episodes like this in the season already where they integrated it, where everything tied together, the storylines tied together by the end very nicely. But this episode, the reason why it's good, like I said, is because not only did that, but also it wasn't just the main focus was just always Trump. Okay, because eventually it does get repetitive. But the main focus, I mean, it could be argued, but I feel like the main focus was still Kyle and Cartman, just the boys in general. Okay, and excuse the noise in the background. I think it's raining or something, bro. I don't know. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just love the fact that we got that. And already when I saw the tweet from earlier today, from the South Park social media accounts, that this episode was going to be about this, I'm like, okay, this is potential. This is potential here. And honestly, just at face value, what the episode just, if you thought it was about like the betting apps, the whatever they call them, whatever those apps are called, if you thought that was just the whatever market trading app, I don't even know what they're called, but yeah, if you thought the episode was solely just about that, nah. The best part is not even that, I'd argue. It's just everything else that comes along with it. I guess, yeah, what it causes, the types of people that they have to interact with in order to deal with this. Okay, but yeah, this episode's had that classic type of feeling. It's had everything. It hit every beat. I don't know what else to say. I love this episode. I don't know if I stated this already, but this is by far the best episode of the season. This is not even close. I'm standing on that right now. I'm standing right now. I don't remember loving an episode this much just on first watch for South Park this season, and yeah, pretty much at all. Like this is by far the best. Anyways, let's get into this. So the episode starts off with just class beginning. I'm like, okay, this is a nice little start to it. And then we get this kid named Kipling. So I might be wrong. I might be pronouncing his name wrong. And the boys, everyone in the class, they're trying to figure out, okay, is this person a boy or a girl? And then he kind of senses that, and then he's baits. He's like, what do you say? I don't remember what he said. But he's just talking about the organization he's working for, whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, that's whatever. And then they get dismissed. And then it's during lunch. And then they start talking about it. They start talking about the apps, the market trading, betting apps, whatever you want to call them. Like, you've probably seen them if you're on Twitter, bro. Like the clipping pages, they promote them. They get money from them. So like, I remember at one point these things were outrageous. I could not just stop seeing them, especially on my feed. You can't, like, anywhere, even on Instagram, bro. It's insane. It's literally everywhere. It's kind of went down a bit now. But yeah, still very prevalent. People are using it quite a bit, and it's just the most random stuff on these apps. Like they show in the episode with the example of, just with the example of Kyle's mom, and I forget what the exact prompt was, but we know it was around the Israel and Palestine conflict. And yeah, I don't know. When I saw Cartman talking like about all the bets that are available to Kyle, they're like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. And then he sees that one. I'm like, bro, this is the classic. Just like Cartman and Kyle rivalry, kind of their relationship, their dynamic. This is unmatched. This is top tier stuff. And I think that's what really makes the episode that good, honestly. But yeah, like I said, Cartman shows Kyle that, and then Kyle's like, no, you're not going to go just past it like that. Hell no. We're not going to let you just go back. He's like, go back on that. And then Kyle, as expected, if you've been watching South Park for a long time, Kyle does get rage baited quite a bit, and they literally mention rage bait too, which I'm like, yo, this is insane. I was not expecting to mention rage bait. But South Park is the type of show to mention rage bait, so yeah, it makes sense, but still kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, Cartman is just the king of rage baiting Kyle. And Kyle's obviously, understandably upset about that, bro. And then Kyle starts contacting the number on the betting apps, and to try to get it taken down because like, bro, this is out of line. This is offensive. And while he's calling the guy, or while he's calling the number, the guy picks up and he's like, "Oh, what do you need?" Blah blah blah. And I don't know who. Like, let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know who this guy is. Who, like, the guy that's like just smiling, kind of like freakishly and just talking like that, bro. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. But I will say this kind of side note. I was expecting going into this episode that they would touch on the Brendan Carr thing. I literally was talking to my friend about this. Literally, I literally said this like in the last like day. I'm like, what are the odds that they literally touch on the Jimmy Kimmel Brendan Carr type thing? Like obviously Jimmy Kimmel, you didn't see him in it. It wasn't even referenced unless that went over my head. But Brendan Carr, you know what they're doing there, okay? It's obviously, bro, it's very recent. As we'll get into that later, but it's crazy. I'm saying it, bro. Oh my god, everything tied in together so well, man. I love this episode. Yeah, Kyle starts contacting the apps, and they give him the runaround, or the numbers, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you got to go to this number," and then he's gonna run the mill, and then he's realizing, wait, it's the same guy. The same guy works for all of them. He controls all of them, and this goes into the FCC thing with Brendan Carr in real life, and they even show him, and they eventually reveal him in here, because yeah, it's just kind of like a monopoly. That's what it is, just controlling everything. So you can see the dangers there with what can happen there, such as censorship and things of that nature. If this one entity is in control of everything, then they can just kind of run the strings. They can just decide, yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see this, say this, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, I would say this episode is definitely gonna be very controversial. You have, first of all, the Israel and Palestine stuff, the debate there, the conflict there. And then you also have the whole thing with Brendan Carr and kind of touching on the Jimmy Fallon thing by, extent. And then obviously you have Trump in there. JD Vance, just the, typical stuff there. So yeah, just a lot of stuff in here. And a lot of people aren't gonna be happy. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what you guys watch this video are gonna say in the comment section, because yeah, usually, bro, it's insane. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We need to chill. Let's be more civil with this. But yeah, then we see Fox News. We've seen Fox News, and they're talking about the betting odds as well. Because they're sponsored by them pretty much. And yeah, like we've seen current day, everything is a sports betting specifically, but also you can just generally speak, just everything's about betting now. All these shows, all whatever on TV, it's all sponsored by just betting stuff. Just insane, to be honest. I personally hate it. Okay, I don't see the value, the use out of it. It's not really any positive, literally. But yeah, they're talking about from what happened. I think it was last episode, right? It was about Trump's baby, because it's really having a baby with the big red guy, and they're talking about the odds on that. And then we see Trump. He doesn't like the baby. He doesn't like the fact that he's gonna have a baby. He's trying to get rid of the baby at all costs. And we'll talk about it in a second, but yeah, there's a lot of things, and we do see a scene here of JD Vance and Trump, and JD Vance is like, bro, he's just giving all these gifts to Trump, because he's having a baby, and then Trump's like, what about me? But yeah, besides the point, that was just whatever thing that I just said, wasn't really that important. But yeah, like I said, we talked about the kind of like the corruption monopolization with the Brendan Carr situation. But still, yeah, let me know who that guy is, the other dude that was with Carr. I don't know, who is that guy? Like, I feel like I'm missing something. If I knew who that guy was, I feel like I would have liked the bit even more. Because I just don't understand what that guy, like, I understand what he's doing, his role, but like, who is that guy? Who is it based off of? I feel like that was add like more value for me. But yeah, then we see Cartman rage baiting and manipulating the odds, which is, yeah, that's that's not legal, to say the least. Okay. And it kind of borderlines like, not even borderline, it's kind of like insider trading, if we're being honest here. And then we see the Jesus through line here. I was wondering, like, are we going to see more through line? Like, we knew the Trump thing. I'm like, okay, that obviously that's a big part of the season. And then we see the through line with Jesus as he's surveilling, monitoring the school because of his role at the school, which was established already in previous episodes of the season. But yeah, he's making sure everyone gets off their phones. But the reason why everyone's on their phone, I don't even think he knows this. He's probably oblivious to it. Is because of the whole sports betting thing, and everyone's so invested in the school. All the kids are so invested at the fact of Kyle's mom and that whole bet there. And another reason why this episode, the classic feel of an episode, South Park episode, was because of also the GOAT Jimmy in it. Okay, Jimmy had those, those times back in the old season where he would literally say something, and he's like, no, I know I'm not joking, and then he would just kind of like make a joke, bro. I just love Jimmy. Jimmy's so underrated. He's so underrated, even to this day, man. I'm sticking by that to this day. And then we see Sheila. She's also getting rage baited, just like Kyle. Kyle's getting manipulated. He's getting rage baited as well. It's just kind of crazy. And then Sheila, she's getting rage baited by people who are supposed to be her friends and obviously parents of Kyle's peers, classmates, etc. And they're all trying to get on sports betting too, but she doesn't know it. She just thinks that they're trying to be insensitive. And I don't know, bro. I was trying to go into the thing saying that certain communities are just sensitive, perhaps. I kind of got that feeling unless I misinterpreted it. I'm like, damn, this is kind of crazy. People, yeah, certain groups of people are going to be mad after this episode. Yeah, to say the least. And then we see throughout the episode Brendan Carr just taking a whole bunch of hits because, like I said, I didn't really mention this bit, but as Kyle was calling them, he eventually got through to Brendan Carr, and Brendan Carr was supposed to, I guess, handle it, sort of it. And as he's trying to get to Trump to talk to him, every time, the thing that Trump sets up for the big red guy, Brendan Carr accidentally involves himself with it and actually is on the receiving end of it instead of the big red guy. And that gets Trump just furious. And also, we see JD Vance kind of talk about that later. Yeah, Brendan Carr, he's just like, it's just showing as a yes man, essentially. He'll do whatever he can for Trump. Really has no backbone, that's what they're showing. Or trying to say at least. Yeah, so take that as you will. And then we see JD Vance. Like I said, he was giving, we already talked about that bit, how he gave Trump presents. But he did give the idea to Trump about the cat litter. Okay, so that's pretty crucial. And then we see Trump. He's just cooking up in the kitchen. Okay, just going crazy in the kitchen. And you're probably thinking, why? What is he cooking up? Well, he's cooking up soup, but more specifically, he's putting in Plan B into the soup so he can give it to the big red guy. And the big red guy already knows with that whole thing earlier in the episode, Brendan Carr, how Trump tried to set him up with the rope, and then what was it? What did he put? Was it glue? What was it? Not glue. Like the slippery stuff to make him slip. Okay, essentially, so that he didn't have to have a baby anymore. Because keep in mind, the reason why he's doing all of this is because he can't actually get rid of the baby the other way. Okay, I can't really say this on YouTube. Okay, I think I might have said some stuff on here. I don't know, but if you know what I mean, he can't do the way because then otherwise it goes against his morals, and then the way the people are supporting him to look at him, right? So he has to hold up a public image, even though he might not technically agree with that stance, at least anymore at that time. So kind of talking about he's a hypocrite, but it's just showing out he'll go to any length, any measure to get rid of the baby, so that he doesn't actually have to do it the main way, because he wants to save face so bad. It's like he wants the best of both worlds, kind of the best of everything, which is not how it works. You got to give and take, man. You can't have everything, which he clearly doesn't understand. But yeah, it ends up that Trump tries to give the soup to the big red guy, and then guess what comes in? Brendan Carr again. He's trying to have a conversation with Trump, and then he just starts eating the soup. He's like, "Oh, damn, it's so good." And then Trump's like, "No, what have you done?" And then Brendan Carr just starts literally just pooing everywhere. Okay, that's what I'm saying. He literally starts pooing everywhere, flying, going crazy. And I'm just like, bro, this guy Brendan Carr, he's gonna be so triggered after this episode. He's gonna be so triggered. Yeah. And then you see the cat litter stuff. Brendan Carr yet again. He gets set up. He gets set up again by Trump. Even though it's not meant for him, it's meant for the big red guy. But that's because the big red guy got ultrasound, so he wasn't in the spot where Trump was trying to set him up at. And that's why Brendan Carr ends up going there, and yeah, just goes through. But yeah, yet again, it happens. And then Kyle's mom goes to Israel in order to deal with this whole situation, to get down to the bottom of it. Who's doing this? Who's actually running this? And then Cartman's bet. Cartman is making sure that by any means his bet is staying there. But he realized that, oh shoot, Kyle's mom is going there, and that's gonna ruin it for me. Because he did put in $1,400. He literally said that the boys asked him, how'd you do it? He's like, I just took my mom's credit card and just put the money in there. It's gonna be easy money, don't worry, it's all good. And then his face when he realized that his bet could be potentially jeopardized, priceless. And then they end up calling. Kyle ends up calling. What was it? The Israeli advisor or whatever, because it starts getting very intense when he realizes his mom's going to Israel. And Cartman's kind of getting him to just do stuff. But yeah, then he realizes that the guy on the receiving end is the same guy yet again. It's the same damn guy for everything. Okay. And it's kind of just talking about the monopolization, blah blah, whatever. And then we see the next scene. Carr is at the hospital, and as they put as soon as the scene starts, he's at the hospital, whatever. The doctor's saying he's not doing well. We see the return of the doctor. That's one thing. But besides the point, you know how like people they put the people like if they're very hurt, they kind of put the people's like arms up, kind of like levitate them or elevate them, whatever though. And they do the arms. Well, that was very creative because they put up Brendan Carr's one of his arms in a certain position. Okay. And I was kind of dying laughing at that. I think that was honestly one of the best bits. This might have been the best bit here. Okay. On top of that, okay, the doctor said you may lose because of this whole ordeal. How he got hurt. He may lose his freedom of speech. And I don't even need to spell this out. I don't even need to explain this. Just tied in back to like the last week's worth of stuff, essentially. And we see JD Vance, who we've seen throughout the episode. He threatens Carr, and literally he's like, "You're getting in the way. Like, get out of the way, otherwise I'm going to deal with you myself." And he uses Carr's own word against him, which was we can either just the easy way or the hard way, which he obviously used against Kimmel. So in real life, that was hilarious. I'm like, bro, this scene here was just great. Just great writing. Look, the writing was super good this episode. And you can tell with the delays of the episode, obviously they reworked quite a bit of it because it's hella recent, a lot of stuff. But they reworked a lot of relevant stuff. I just love it. But yeah, like the delays, you can obviously see what like some of the changes that they made with the delays. But it's for the better. Very polished episode as well. And then we see that dude again. And we find out this guy's even at the White House. He's even taking the phone calls at the White House. Okay? And he's talking to himself. And then he's like, he's literally talking to himself. Because remember, this guy works everywhere. This guy works for everyone. He just works. He's in control of like everything. Just kind of tying it back to Brendan Carr. Because then Brendan Carr is in charge of this guy. Because Brendan Carr's the head. And then we see the guy, he removes the bet. He finally removes the bet. And then the kids' reaction to this, they're like, bro, what the hell? This is corrupt. So they don't think this whole betting thing, all this betting stuff is like stupid. It's only until they're like, oh wait, now I got cheated. Kind of crazy. So like all these like devious type of bets that they're literally doing, that they're placing money on, they're like, no, that's fine. But as soon as it affects us, then we're out. And then again, here you see Jesus. He's like, put the phones away. And the kids do, and they just continue their days. They're just like, damn it, whatever, screw this. This stuff sucks. And then Cartman and Kyle, they're talking kind of on the stairs outside during the recess right after that previous thing I just mentioned. And Kyle just pretty much said to Cartman, just along the lines of, your bet would have just, she wasn't even going there for the reason you think, essentially. She wasn't even going for the reason you think. And then Cartman realized, oh shoot, that means my bet would have been fine, right? If I'm not wrong. That was my interpretation of it. And then we see, because he's like, she's actually confronting the person behind this, not doing what you guys think. And then we see the scene of Sheila, and she's confronting none other than the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu. I couldn't believe this. I'm like, this episode's already insane, and then the fact that they did that, and then Sheila starts going crazy at him. Sheila's just holding nothing back. And yeah, I guess pretty much long story. What I got from it was you're just making the whole community look bad. When this is kind of like a few people thing. This is like a you and the people close to you. You guys are doing all this damage to everyone else, even though they have nothing to do with it. You're just associating all of us into this kind of. Now that's the way I understood it. And yeah, that was it for the episode. Like I said, this is an amazing episode. A lot of people are gonna be triggered, even by my review. This review, I bet there's gonna be people triggered about it, which is understandable. But then again, just remember, South Park is supposed to be lighthearted. It's supposed to be comedy stuff. It's a way to escape the real world. Make humor of it, I guess, comedic way. And yeah, just try to get triggered. That's my best advice. Anyways, really liked this episode quite a bit. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.